I'm going to run through a few slides, but I want to get to a little bit of a live presentation or live model presentation to give you. We're looking for high-grade epithermal veins in Japan. The company was formed about 3 years ago out of a spin-out from Gold Canyon. We disclaimer statement, this time I got it. All right. We are tightly held. Newmont is one of our bigger shareholders. They came in April of last year. Eric Sprott's also a large shareholder. Have a very good team. Being Japanese focused, we've managed to attract some of the best exploration geologists in Japan, two of whom are sitting in this audience. Harada and Takaoka are here. I urge you to meet them out at the tables after the show. Why Japan? Hishikari is one of the best known gold deposits amongst the geologic community, one of the highest grade deposits in the world. This is the mill at Hishikari. They mine rock, bring it to surface, screen it, then sort it. All those little pieces of white material are vein. Those are high-grade vein samples that end up going to a smelter. They use the ore for smelter flux. Basically, this rock is cooked in a smelter to produce copper, but the gold and silver come out, and it makes a wonderful story. All right? The cost of production at Hishikari is around $300 or $400 US, all in an ounce, because they don't have a mill. They don't have waste piles. They don't have anything. They mine the rock, bring it out. Anything that's ore goes in the smelter. Anything that's waste goes for road base. What a wonderful story. I want one of these. Hishikari is huge. It's about 27 million ounces. When I asked them how much reserves they have, about 70 years. Yeah, I want one of these. Okay. All right, so Irving's business model, we're in Japan to look for high-grade epithermal veins, deposits that would make wonderful smelter flux, high-grade, smelter-friendly, blah, 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 okay? Epithermal veins. How do these things form? They form in hot springs. This is a classic Buchanan model. Anybody that's studied hot spring deposits has this ingrained in their brain, okay? But basically, cracks in the ground bring fluids up from some volcanic rock that's cooling, and those fluids bring with them gold and silver. As they approach the surface, they do things like boiling and flashing, exploding every now and again. And as they do that, the chemistry changes. They cool down, and all of that gold and silver starts to precipitate out. You can get some very high-grade veins forming through this process. We have a collection of properties mostly up in Hokkaido, so we're up in northern Japan. Hishikari is actually at the southern end, but it's okay. The geology in Hokkaido is almost identical to Kyushu. We've done a heap of geophysical work, kind of a recipe that I like to use, collect gravity data, we collect magnetic data, and also resistivity data. And we've started drilling. Last March, we started drilling really wildcat holes here at Omu Center. Out of the 8 holes we drilled, seven holes hit high-grade veins. So that, in epithermal world, that's a great success. 7 widely spaced holes hit high-grade veins over about 2 kilometers strike. Wow, that's a good start. These are some of the numbers. I won't bore you, but you can see there's some big numbers in there. Okay, we're now drilling at what we call our Omui target. It's a site of a little historic mining. We actually announced some results from this today. Okay, these results need to be updated. We released a few more holes. Once again, look at those numbers. You don't see grades like that in normal systems. Silver and gold grades that are very, very high. Okay, we've got a lot of exploration going on this year. We've got a drill program that just started. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move now to a live model. Okay, there we go. Thank you very much. What we're looking at right now is the property. This is an aerial image. The little town of Omu is here. Omu Center target's here. The Omui mine site is there, and then another target we have called Hokuryu is there. This is 15 kilometers across. Very big target area. Okay, what I want to show is why we're drilling and kind of give you a sense of the scale of this thing. Okay, it's hard to rationalize just showing static slides and stuff. It's much easier when I start playing around and showing you imagery. We're going to turn the imagery off, showing you some of the data behind these. We're going to start at Moose Center. Shortly after Newmont joined us, we had money. Okay, they put $8 million in. We had enough money to do resistivity. This big red and green blob that tracks down the middle of this thing, that is effectively the plumbing system of this hydrothermal system. Using this data, we can now see where the structure is, the silicified structure that hosts the mineralization. Prior to that, we were kind of shooting in the dark, but you can see our drill holes. Okay, some of these holes in here, those little pink flecks you see, those are high-grade drill intercepts. There's a 22 grammer or 21 grammer. Right now we have just a scattering, 8 holes over about 2 kilometers, but we can tell we have an enormous system here, all right? Something that is at least 2 kilometers long. Notice it's open to the south, and we can now see where the root of the system is at depth. In epithermal systems, you want to find the boiling zone. We now have the means to see where the structure goes down and intersects that boiling zone, and we can now more accurately target. We're starting to drill here right now. So first follow-up hole that we've drilled, talked about it in the news release this morning, seeing the veins. We're more accurately hitting this thing. You know, geophysics is wonderful. It helps you kind of focus your drill program, okay? I'm gonna go down to Omui, where we drilled last fall. Now, we announced a few drill holes out of this area this morning. We drilled some shallow holes, and then we drilled one honkin' deep hole to test the boiling zone. Here you can see a resistive zone. It tracks through here about like this. Notice how massive the thing appears to be at depth. That's kind of strange. That's a big system. It's also open to the east. In front of us is east. Okay, where did we start? Well, I drilled a series of holes, or I wanted to drill a series of holes right through here to give us some surface data. So there's 7 holes right there. Those were released this morning. I won't bore you with the details. All those little pink flecks you see in there, those are grades that we reported this morning. That data was designed to give us a better impression of what the system is doing at depth. It was very difficult to trench here last year. Because the ground is so muddy and gumbo-y and whatever, we couldn't get down and see what was going on. So those shallow holes actually gave us a clear picture of where the system is at depth. We also used the CSAMT data, and we noticed this big honking blob of resistive rock down here. This hole right here, this guy that goes down, 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 we're kind of looking obliquely. That's hole 10. We drilled that at the end of the season. We're waiting on assays, starting right about here where it entered this big blob, vein after vein after vein. We're waiting on assays. Late January, early February. It's an exciting hole. Notice there's a flat feature there. What is that? That's our boiling zone. It's amazing. This data, you can actually see what's going on subsurface. You can start to interpret what the heck is going on down there. We now have means to target this thing much better. If I back out a little bit, whoa, what's that? Next section over, 200 meters, it gets better. Boom, boom, boom. We can track this thing clear off the grid. The system's open to the east. This is an exciting target. This is the stuff that, us as well as big companies want to find. Okay, now I'm going to take you out here to Hokuria. Last area. It's not got any drilling yet, but once again, we did CSAMT. You can see this honking big resistive feature going clear down the track of it. It's open to the east. Funny enough, if you hold your mouth just right and tilt that up, guess what's in the background? Omui. Wouldn't it be funny if that structure connected with the one way over there? Interesting. There was a little historic mining in here. These little white things actually show where the mine workings were. We have samples at surface. I'll just click on some of them. You can see how the grades are. Zoom down here. Let's see. Gold is 39 ppm. Let's click on a couple more. What do we got there? Got to zoom down. What do we got? 51 ppm. Okay, you get a sense of the grades that you can get out of the system. You think that's all that's there? No. This resistive feature, this big trending thing through here, has a potential to host lots more. We have geochem all over the place. See all these soil samples? Tells us the system is way bigger. Where are we at? Well, we have a lot of work to do this year. We're going to drill continually from now until the end of the year. We hope to expand this new discovery at Omui. We hope to follow up on that early drill intercept success up here at Omu Center, and then drill Hokuryu later this year. What's the goal? We want to find another Hishikari, plain and simple. Newmont's a big shareholder. We've got interest from Sumitomo Corporation. We want to find a mine that is going to make the next generation of mines in Japan.